Good morning and welcome to Thought for the Day on the 15th of June 2021. My name's Michelle and I am part of the lay ministry team here at Avon Valley Churches in the beautiful New Forest. One of the things that I missed the most during lockdown were my gym classes. Although the American Fit On app allowed me to work out 3 times a week online with both my daughters, Tilly, who lives with me, and Rosie, who lives in London. This proved to be an unexpected and enjoyable bonus. And in addition, we would often chat for an hour or so afterwards online, so great. As the gyms opened back up again, however, I have excitedly returned to my yoga classes. That is until someone said to me, "How can you as a Christian do yoga?" Now I was quite perturbed by this, as I had always assumed that since my close friend and vicar's wife was a regular yoga class attendee, it was okay. As usual, I turned to my friend Mr. Google to help me out. And what I found was akin to the cereal aisle in any major supermarket, a dizzying array of yoga styles to suit all tastes, with a corresponding variety of opinions. Yoga is a great way to exercise and keep fit. It's low impact, and if you've got knee or back problems, that's really good. But it is also possible to get a real good burn if you put the effort in. Now, it is undeniable that yoga has its roots in Hinduism, and there are some spiritual dimensions that Christians really should be aware of. There are 2 threads to yoga. There's the physical and the spiritual. So if your yoga teacher has fully bought into the spiritual aspects of emptying the mind and acknowledging the gods in each participant and teaches that as an essential part of the yoga class, then this might not be the place for you. I think, though, if we want to discuss this matter with any degree of intelligence and rationale rather than a purely emotional approach, we must first decide whether it is possible to separate the physical motions of yoga from the spirituality which forms the foundation of yoga in Eastern religions. It is clear beyond a shadow of a doubt that any dabbling in New Age or Hindu practice, any practice that worships a pagan god, a god of nature, or a god within oneself is intrinsically against Christianity, where there is one God and only one God. The fundamental question when a person of Christian faith asks, "Can I do yoga?" is whether this tree pose necessarily worships a foreign god in the sun, the sky, or otherwise, regardless of the heart of the person, or whether it is just an exercise in balance and control. In summary of the main arguments against Christians doing yoga, the main threads seem to be: it is not possible to separate the physical movements from the spirituality. For some, the theory of relativism is at work here. I believe it is wrong, so therefore it is wrong, without any further investigation or thought. And there are a myriad of other stretching exercises on offer, so why open yourself up to potential temptation? On the for side, however, it is possible to argue many practices have been shifted from or shared with pagan religions and made holy. The rosary, using strings of beads to count prayers, was Hindu and Buddhist long before the 13th century when Christians took it up. Fasting, meditation, ritual sacrifice for Old Testament Jews, holidays and traditions like the Christmas tree, and countless others that we have commandeered and made holy. Just because a pagan does it does not automatically make a practice or movement intrinsically evil. Why can't a Christian simply focus on God while doing yoga? Any motion can be done without intent. How many people enter a church on Sunday and just go through the motions? Are they more holy because they did the motions, or less holy because they were at church and not focused on God? Body posture can have an effect on prayer. It can demonstrate honour and respect, but it is not necessary for prayer. I regularly pray whilst walking, driving, sitting, lying, and no form of prayer is more effective or powerful or deeper than any other based on body posture alone. The important factor is focus of mind and how intently I am communicating with God, how open I am to His work within me. And finally, the Holy Spirit blows where it will, and if you are open to it, it will find you on a yoga mat or wherever you are. So, if we accept that to sin requires full knowledge of sin as well as full intent, if one's intent is to exercise and nothing more, and if one guards one's heart against the sort of yoga that would draw a soul away from God and open it up to paganism, can there be sin? Can there really be the opportunity for the devil to take a foothold? To be determinedly against something often embodies a spirit of fear. Must we be fearful of anything in the world that is not explicitly of God? Or should we trust in our belief and have faith in our God's guidance? Must we remove ourselves from the culture in which we live to guard our faith and practice it properly and safely? We cannot share our faith with people we never encounter, and we cannot connect with people outside the world of the church if we cannot understand the cultural environment we share. We are called to live in the culture, while at the same time remaining above the culture in our faith and our morals. So, like a lot of things we Christians do, it is something that we can take part in despite of the fact that it originated in a context from which our God was absent. We just need to be aware of what is happening around us, discerning what is good and right, and have the courage to remove ourselves if we know what we are doing is putting distance between God and ourselves. Much like going to the pub on a Friday night, or facing the temptations in a huge, modern, sparkly shopping centre. I believe in the health benefits of regular and varied exercise, which includes yoga. And so, on the basis of my research outlined above, I shall continue to enjoy the benefits of yoga, choose my classes carefully, avoiding those with a highly spiritual content, and remain open to the Holy Spirit as a channel of communication with God. Goodbye. I look forward to seeing you again soon, and may God bless you.